Hello all you respected senior expats out there. My name is Patrick Donders. Welcome at Expat Pension Holland. At our practice at Schiphol Airport in Amsterdam, we see all types of clients. We have seen many times that it's relevant for all the expats to make sure that your retirement planning is in order. Regarding, for example, income, wealth and inheritance tax, tax compliance, investments, risk coverage, payout flexibility, international payout and costs. Therefore, it's our pleasure to give 4 retirement tips, especially for senior expats whose retirement is coming up soon. If you might have any topics that you would like to see included in our next vlog, feel free to mention this in the comments down below and we will get back to you. Before we start, we'd like to mention that we are a licensed and independent firm with no ties to pension plan or investment providers or insurance companies. We are only paid by our clients and only take care of their interests. That's how we like it, so we can speak freely and objectively. We think that's relevant, don't you? Okay, let's get started.
Tip number 1.
Early versus formal retirement. The trend we often see is that formal retirement ages are increasing in many countries. Countries like, for example, the Netherlands and Denmark are even thinking about age 70 as future formal standard retirement age. Partially maybe because of that development, many expats prefer to opt for an early retirement. Often as of age 55 and sometimes even as of age 50. Really interesting, of course, to see that recently we have had an increasingly number of clients who go for age 50. Sounds like work hard, play hard, and why not? Because of the tax and investment aspects, it seems advisable to have a separate planning for the early retirement and for the period of, let's say, age 50, 55 up to age 68 versus the formal retirement as of often age 68. And to analyze how much payout flexibility is offered within each existing pension claim or asset, as that can differ substantially. And especially to ask the question if there are negative tax rate consequences for starting formal pension plans before their standard retirement age. You don't want to voluntarily increase your own tax rate, right?
Tip number 2.
Matching wishes and funding. One of the best ways to plan and fund your retirement is to carefully establish how much monthly costs you expect to have and at which age, as the required net income tends to decrease after a certain age. And then to see how this would be funded by means of pension plans, savings, investments and maybe also inheritances. In this regard, it's always striking to see that 2 aspects are often forgotten, even though they can have a huge impact. The first one is to annually increase the monthly required costs or required net income with an annual indexation in order to compensate for inflation. In the EU, we calculate with a standard 2% annually. Thus, you try to keep your monthly purchasing power constant and real. The second one is to include not only the effect of income tax and possibly inheritance and estate tax, but also the effect of possibly existing annual wealth taxation. The effect of the latter can be very substantial and you have to be careful as its existence is not always perfectly clear, as some countries, like for example Germany, give it another name. So really advisable to carefully check and search broadly.
Tip number 3.
International tax compliance. Many clients and expats have pension plans in several countries. That raises the question how to best handle them. of course, it would be most handy and simplifying your tax compliance if you could just transfer all the pension claims into the current active one. Which often would mean that due to international double tax treaties, you do not have to request a number of national tax exemptions at retirement age, but possibly only one. Such a transfer of value is of course only a real option if it would be possible in a tax-neutral manner and if both pension providers cooperate. Furthermore, it seems not a real option if it would end possibly existing perfect payout flexibility within one plan, but not in the other plan. Finally, a friendly word of caution. Such transfers of value are rather technical matters, and it's advisable not to make any decisions before you have received expert advice. And such advice does not cost money, it really doesn't. It protects and creates capital.
Tip number 4.
Retirement location. Many expats have a number of countries in which they might like to retire, often depending on the weather, the location of the children, and maybe even also the tax climate. It's advisable to beforehand carefully check what the impact would be for each country and to compare all those options. One of the most relevant aspects in this regard is of course the income, wealth, inheritance, estate tax exposure and the social security premium cost exposure in each country, which can be highly impacted, of course, by possibly existing double tax treaties between the relevant country at source and residence, and the way those treaties try to limit or even prevent double taxation. Well, the differences in tax exposure can be really huge. We have seen in projects that whereas pension plan payout would be totally taxable in one country, it can be partially and substantially tax-free in another country. So it seems advisable to seek advice beforehand. Well, after these tips, we hope you have more insight in how to make sure that your upcoming retirement and your retirement planning is in the best possible shape, so that it gives the highest benefits and desired flexibility to you and your family, and that you can have a good feeling about starting your retirement soon. If you might have any questions about your personal situation, whether it is about pension plans, tax or tax compliance, investments or risk coverage, or in which country to retire, feel free to contact our team. We will gladly assist and give independent advice. This can be a second opinion, a video call consultancy, or complete retirement planning. You and your family are most welcome.